Committee for Monday, May 4th. Please take the roll.
Calling the roll, Mr. Schron.
Here.
Mr. Hairston. Here. Mr. Greenspan. Here. Mr. Germana. Mr. Germana is absent. Ms. Simon. Here. We have a quorum.
Thank you. Is there anybody that's signed in regards to public comment related to the agenda?
No, Mr. Chair, no one has signed in.
Thank you. Has everybody had a chance to read the minutes of the last meeting? Hearing no comments whatsoever, I'll move that we accept the minutes. Is there a second? Second. Been moved and seconded. Discussion in regards to the minutes? Yes.
Chair,
Mr. Hairston?
because I was not a committee member at that moment, should I abstain from the minutes? Okay.
It's up to you. It's whatever you're comfortable. You can. It was a public meeting, so you're certainly capable if you wish to. You don't have to abstain.
Thank you.
Okay. Well, then one of the two of you, I would prefer not to abstain because no, actually we have a quorum at that point in time. The two of us can vote for it if you'd like to abstain. Okay. All in favor of approval of the minutes, say aye. Aye. And we have two abstentions, but we do have a quorum, so that minutes will be accepted. The next item, if you could read into the record, we have an item for approval.
Resolution 2015-0081, a resolution authorizing an Economic Development Fund Small Business Growth Loan in the amount not to exceed $905,000 to 3550 West Market Street LLC for assistance to purchase property located at 9200 Noble Park Drive, Brecksville, authorizing the Director of Development to execute all documents consistent with said loan and this resolution, and declaring the necessity that this resolution become immediately effective.
Is there anyone here to speak on behalf of this? And who is that, please, for the record?
My name is Arnold Lockett. Good afternoon. My name is Arnold Lockett. I'm from the Department of Development. This afternoon, I have one item before you, and that item is 3550 West Market Street, LLC. That company is the holding company for FabTech, which is a manufacturing company currently located in Peninsula, Ohio. This request was reviewed by the loan committee on April 8th. The scorecard for this particular project on our economic development score chart, it scored a 91. This project is under our business growth fund. The request is for a total of $905,000. The total project is $2,262,500. It is for the acquisition of a building at 9200 Noble Park Drive in Brecksville, Ohio. This company, FabTech, will be moving its entire operation from Peninsula to Cuyahoga County in Brecksville. They will create 33 new jobs to our region. The total estimated payroll is roughly about $1,300,000. This project comes with great support from the city of Brecksville. This afternoon, I have joining me, and you'll hear from him shortly, the owner, Michael Behringer, and he has brought with him the general manager. Cuyahoga County's loan supported with a senior lender, which is Liberty National Bank, which will be a total at $1,100,000 on the project. We've asked the equity of 10% from the owner, and that brings the total together that $2,262,500. The rate will be at 2.5% that we're requesting for a term of 15 years. The county will have a second position on the collateral of the building. We will also take a personal guarantee and a corporate guarantee as well. This time, I want to give the owner a little bit of time to tell you a little bit more about what FabTech does. Michael, would you like to come up?
Before we do that, is there any questions about what's been presented at this point before we get to the owner? Yes, Mr. Greenspan?
Great, thank you. This is a small business growth.
It's a business growth. I think the small business section was a typo. It's under the business growth program under the Western Reserve.
And which under the business growth, commercialization, attraction category, which one then is it?
The business growth and attraction.
Right, there are four. There's small growth, incumbent worker training, accelerated growth, and large scale attraction. So then which of those four does this qualify under?
Business growth.
Okay, if it's, the only reason I asked then, because that has a cap of $500,000, but the caveat is as long as the administration notifies us that you'll be exceeding that, that's acceptable. I just want to make sure and clarify that it is a small business growth loan, and you're notifying us that you'll exceed the presented parameter of $500,000. So that's what's happening, correct?
Mike, you want to address that?
Councilman, this is, again, this is under.
Please put your name on the record, sorry.
Michael May, Economic Development Administrator. You're correct, Councilman, that this is under the business, business growth, commercialization, and attraction vertical. But it's the business growth program, which is the first one, and and it doesn't have that, that is got a $1.5 million
Cap, I think.
cap, not $500,000.
Then it's under the accelerated growth. I'm looking at right here, under the program. I'm just trying to clarify what it is, and if you're exceeding, you just need to notify us. It's not an issue.
Yeah.
Just trying to clarify which
It's
type
under
of.
accelerated growth.
What, there was 4 conditions, 3 of which were in the
No,
growth
I'm
area.
sorry.
One was on the
Mr.
workforce.
Chairman, Councilman, no, in the business growth category, the maximum loan amount is $1.5 million, and no more than 40% of total project growth, or total project cost. It's on page 23 of our booklet.
Right.
And again, I would strike the word small. Again, this is our overall business growth program within the
Western Reserve.
business commercialization, business growth commercialization, and large attraction vertical. I can,
You said page 43,
22.
22. All right, because I'm looking at the
He's
table.
he's reading the legislation.
That's the 5-year plan.
Yeah.
That's an old document, number 1.
What we're looking to make sure is that the legislation and your program and policies are in concert. They have to, whatever you put in writing does not necessarily constitute what was passed by legislation. So what we want to make sure is that whatever the marketing speak is, that it matches up with the legal authority. Now, it doesn't say
What I don't
that you
have
are prohibited, it just says you have, if you exceed on the small business side, that you have to at least let us know.
Again, I don't have the Western Reserve operating plan in front of us, which spells out within the 5-year plan
Okay.
the components of each and every program. And again, I can't speak to that $500,000 claim on this program, but again, the maximum for, this is how we've been doing this program for the last 2.5, 3 years, and that's $1.5 million under the small growth.
Okay, the most
max.
that we can do this today anyway is to vote this out of committee. It will not pass final legislation. Between now and when it would be before the complete council, please get a memorandum out to our staff, and then we will then disseminate it. If there is a distinction between those two, your document has to agree with our document. It's not the other way around. Our document has to agree with yours. Yours has to agree with ours.
Understood. I'd
Okay?
be amazed if it doesn't match up.
Okay, well, let's just dot the I and cross the T.
Okay, very
Okay?
good, very
Thanks. Mr. Greenspan? Yeah.
Well, let me just continue then. In the legislation, it says a small business growth is where it's being funded. Does that need to be amended? Well, amended, I just need to know.
We just, the legislation that's before the committee.
In this case, I guess, Mr. Chairman, I would say let's amend the
Okay, we'll
legislation.
take care, we'll address it all with
Call it business
one
growth.
fell swoop. When we get to final legislation, we'll make sure that before we vote on anything, that you folks have looked at it and address it so that it's in complete concert with what we passed as far as the
Mr.
body.
Chairman, if I could, I'd like to just make absolutely clear what the amendment will be. Basically, this resolution says an economic development fund small business growth loan. That should be changed to a small, or to a business
We'll let the
growth loan.
administration
Mr. Chair,
look at it. Yes, Mr. Keller?
you told us that you'd like a memo. What we'd like to do is respond with a memo that clarifies what program we're using. If there's any amendment that would be requested of council, we'll present it there and put in
Absolutely,
some
and then
sample
we'll pick
language.
it up. The most we're gonna do is vote it out of committee today, so we're not passing anything, as everybody knows. So if there's some corrective language, we just wanna clean it up from a precise aspect. Was that?
I have a couple other questions.
Okay.
That was just, I didn't realize it would go into that much discussion.
I didn't realize it was, okay.
So I apologize for that. I heard that we're in second position.
Yes, we are.
Are we alone?
We're alone in second position.
And who and how many are in first position?
It's the only one, and that's Liberty National Bank, Liberty Bank National.
And what is their position? Meaning what's their
Their
total?
loan amount in this project is $1,000,001.
And they,
131.
okay. And ours is 904, 905.
Yes.
And we're alone, and the intent is to stay alone. The collateral, you said for our 905, you said there was a 10% PG from the owner?
The owner's putting in 10% equity into the project.
And so we'll get a UCC, or we'll get that
We'll file a
securitized?
mortgage, we'll file a second position. I pulled the county certified appraisal on the property, and that's at 3.1 million.
Yeah, this is not a UCC, is it? I assume that this is a building, this is
Bill,
this is real property,
we're
not,
gonna file a mortgage.
there's no equipment.
Okay, all right, okay. What were the other collateral items? How else, you read it off quickly, I just couldn't write it down.
I'm sorry if I did. We're gonna file a second position mortgage. We're gonna take a personal guarantee on the owners. And we're also gonna have a corporate guarantee on the operating.
And how much is the corporate guarantee?
It'll be for the amount of our fund.
The full 905?
Yes.
Okay. Terms 15, interest rate 2.5. And how many jobs did you say, 30?
There's 33 jobs. The type of jobs are manufacturing jobs. We're looking at CNC operators, some managers, maybe some office staff. The salary at the lowest point is at about $13. At its highest point, it's about actually $40.
And these are new jobs to
These are
Cuyahoga County?
New jobs to Cuyahoga County,
And they're moving from where?
Peninsula, Ohio.
Okay, all right, thank you.
Ms. Simon?
I wanted to know what the property was worth, and we got all those details. Thanks.
Okay.
You covered.
Did we cover everything? Okay. Everybody get it all? All right. And so just more of a curiosity, was Peninsula informed about this? And the reason why the building and business did not stay in Peninsula is what?
Well, they're actually growing in leaps and bounds. They're out of space. And
Okay.
Michael can certainly talk a little bit more about what their experience is.
That'd be great. Okay, I think we have our questions answered from this point, but it sounds a lot like we're kind of poaching, but that's okay. It never bothered me in the least. Come on up. It's a job coming to our county.
Michael's going to tell you a little bit about this manufacturing process and what they're doing and why this is important to their operation.
Please, just put your name in the record and be great. Thanks for coming.
My name is Mike Bowinger. We purchased with a group of two other investors that still own the business, and we purchased the company in 2007. And it does curtain wall systems, storefront systems. It's basically an aluminum fabrication business, very similar to what you see right there. That's more of a unitized for larger buildings. We tend to do the lower floors where it's more specialized and a little more intricate. This is, but what the visual where you see the cut aluminum with the gasket and the glass is basically what most of what we do. Most of our business is not in northeastern Ohio. It's in the northeast, and we have a growing segment down in Texas. We're in about 22,000 square feet in Peninsula, and I was kidding earlier that we are probably in about 30,000 square feet because we've overflown into the parking lot, and we just don't have enough space. As you can imagine, the pieces are large, so it isn't so much about bodies, it's just more about space to put the material. The building that we're moving into is roughly 55,000 square feet. It's also better configured from, we're kind of in an L-shaped building, which doesn't really benefit us, and the new building is more of a square building and allows us to better access to the flatbed trucks where we load and unload.
And why, any reason why you can't capture any business here in northeastern Ohio? Is there, are you bidding on any of our northeastern Ohio? I mean, there's a lot of construction going on here.
We are. It's kind of dependent. A lot of the northeastern Ohio glazing contractors have their own, as Gary explained to me earlier, their own fabrication in-house. So we kind of deal with companies that either have outgrown their internal fabrication or don't have that fabrication, or typically don't want to fabricate to that degree, but can take on the business with us as their partner to be able to provide that service.
Okay, well, I would just wish you were capturing some business so your products and customers would benefit, or your
Yeah.
suppliers and everybody would benefit of that. Ms. Simon?
So, well, welcome. Hopefully you'll get to Cuyahoga County. Where exactly is the building? Is it off of 77 off that?
It started as 6500 Snowville Road, so it's at the corner. It's near the corner of Snowville and Noble Park Drive. They did a lot split. It was connected to a building that had frontage on Snowville. So they did the lot split, and now our building doesn't have frontage on Snowville, so it's now 9200 Noble Park Drive. And it's close enough to where we are now that we don't have any employee issues from, we're taking everybody with us, and we're hoping actually that kind of moving out of Peninsula and into Brexville, we have better opportunity to grow and hire.
So when we acquire these jobs, they're lateral moves from your current location,
Correct.
but you hope to, at the rate you're going to increase.
Yeah, we'll easily increase. I think we've actually increased since we put those projections together. Just because we tend to, from a revenue standpoint, we've been pretty stable in our annual revenues. And now we've got two pieces. We've got a new relationship in Texas with the manufacturers rep group that is the Stallworth down there. And they're giving us, we've got $1,128,000 of business committed in the towards the end of the second, third, and fourth quarter of this year that never existed before. So we're busting at the seams.
You know, where's your glazing actually coming in from? Is that a local source? You don't have to tell us the brand if it puts you in, it compromises your relationship, but is any of the glazing coming in locally?
Some of the glazing comes from Gary Meglich with FabTech. Some comes from Toledo, Oak Castle Building Products. Other than that, there's some that comes from Wisconsin and some from New Jersey, the East Coast. So,
Because there's a number of folks that are doing what you're doing here in town. At least I was aware of others, and it would be great if we can get some glazing. Go out and get some glazing folks in here so you can support these guys. So we don't have to bring their glass in from outside of there. Give them some support. Thank you. Other questions? Yes. Ms. Greenspan?
Thank you. Mr. Lockett, is any portion of this forgivable?
None.
And is the payment, explain to me the repayment
The repayment of the structure is a straightforward amortization schedule, principal and interest. No
Monthly,
deferment,
quarterly?
Monthly payments.
Starting when?
They will start once it's still closed, next month after it closes.
And there's no balloon payments, it's
balloon
just straight
payment whatsoever.
amortization. And to what extent is the city of Brecksville participating?
They were looking at a job tax credit and some some community development money, but right now they're just looking at tax credit, job creation tax credits.
Okay, all right, thank you.
Well, this is nice when you consider the fact that we're earning about 0.25% on our money in the county. So this is a win-win for both sides, I really think, because you can't borrow money at 2.25%, 2.5%, and we can't earn money at 2.5% without putting it to work like this. So this is a win for the county. It's a win for you folks out there. I assume when you pay us back.
Yes.
Okay. Any other questions, comments? Your timing on this, my understanding is that you would like to have this voted on for a second reading. Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay, well, I'm actually looking to this guy
Well,
over here.
I'm sorry.
Sorry about that.
We would like to expedite the reading.
All right, that'll be conditioned upon you responding to Mr. Greenspan, to Ms. Simons on their requests for whatever amendments need to be done to this. So if, Mike, he doesn't get it done, you can look to the
When do
guy,
you
and
need
you're
to have
right.
it by?
At least 2 or 3 days before our regular meeting, which will be next Tuesday. So today is Monday, so you've got 2 or 3 days, 4 days to get it to us, Mr. Lockett. And
Yes.
I assume that's plenty of time. So if it doesn't get done,
Okay.
We'll make sure it gets done.
thanks. Appreciate it. Is there a motion for second reading, suspension of the rules to bring this forward?
So moved.
It's been moved and seconded. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Good luck. Thanks much.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Yeah, we're looking forward to it. Is there anyone that's signed in for comment unrelated, public comment?
No, Mr. Chair.
Unrelated? Thank you very much. Is there nothing else before the committee? We will adjourn the meeting. Thank you.